Hi guys, today we're going to be talking about word problems. When you see the word linear applications, that's usually what they're talking about. And just a few things to think about with word problems. So especially with linear word problems, just kind of think about what you've been given. So like, are you looking for the slope? So a lot of times the slope has the word per in it. So like, if you'll notice this one around here, like 25 hour or $25 per hour, that is keyword for slope. So something that just keeps reoccurring over and over, like monthly bill or whatever, that is slope. And then anytime you have your B, your y-intercept, that's like your like starting amount um, or it's like a one-time fee. So like right here, that $50, they're just charging one time to make a house call. Um, Something else to keep in mind is a lot of times your money is usually your Y value. And so a lot of times this leads me to like coordinate points. So a lot of times um, word problems might give you a coordinate point. So let me look for one here. So if you have right here, um, oops, sorry, right here. If you have a situation like this is actually giving you a coordinate point. If you're given a choice, you always want to put the money in the Y value. So this would be like 5, comma 252, like that. So those are just some things to think about before we get started on this. But let's go ahead and jump into a problem. So on number one, we know that we have the slope and the y-intercept. So I'm going to use this form because we have everything we need. So it says write an equation. And so I'm going to say y equals 25. There's my slope there. X plus 50. Okay, how much would it cost for a house call that requires 2.5 hours? Okay, so think about this. So usually your Y value is always money. So this is my X value. So I'm going to plug it in for X. So I'm going to say 25 times 2.5 plus 50, and that's going to give me my answer. And that is $112.50. Okay, so if the bill is $162, so this is my Y value, how many hours did the plumber work at your house? So I'm going to come back up here and set that equal to 162, 162.50 equals 25x plus 50. So I'm going to subtract 50 and divide by 25. And I get x is equal to 4.5 hours. So make sure you're answering the question there. Okay, let's do another one. So we kind of already talked about this. So this gives me a coordinate point, 5, comma 252. But this, notice the word per, that's going to be my slope. So I have a point and I have a slope. So I'm going to put this in point slope form, but it says rewrite in slope intercept form. So that's okay. We'll start in point slope form. So I'm going to say y minus 252 is equal to 32.45 x minus 5. And then basically what I'm going to do is distribute this 32.45 and then solve for y. And then add 252 to that. And I end up with y is equal to 32.45x plus 89.75. Okay, so this kind of tells me a lot of information here. So this tells me that every ton, they're going to charge me 32.45, which that makes sense. We already know that from back here. But then this is some kind of fee. So it says, what is the cost? So in part B, what is the cost of the delivery fee? That's going to be my one-time fee, that delivery fee, and I'm going to say $89.75. Okay, let's go to the next page. And again, we have a per, so this is a slope, and then this is actually a coordinate point. So it looks like that. Okay, it says write an equation in point slope form. Okay, that's easy. So I'm going to come down here. So I'm going to say y minus 1374 is equal to 75 x minus 11. And then this one says write in slope intercept form. So I'm going to do the same thing that I did before. I get 825. And then I'm going to add the 1374 over. Oops. Okay, so again, this tells me a lot of information. So this is that one-time fee. So what's an installation fee? I'm going to say $550. Look at this. This one actually has two coordinate points. So I'm going to say 5,93 for one, and I'm going to say 3,57 for the other. So we are going to find the slope first. And it says just write an equation. So I'm going to find the easiest equation. So we'll talk about that in a second. So I'm going to say 57 minus 93 over 3 minus 5. Okay, so I just found the slope is 18. This is where point slope form really shines because now it's super easy. It doesn't matter which one we use. I'll use this one. So I'm going to say y minus 57 is equal to 18 x minus 3. Like that. Okay. And then it says, how much do 4 tickets cost? So remember, tickets, the number of tickets, that's my x. So I'm just going to plug x in right here. And so I have y minus 57 is equal to, let's see, 4 minus 3. So that's 1. So that's 18. And I'm going to add 57. And that ends up being 75. So it's going to cost $75 to buy 4 tickets. Okay, this next one, so adult tickets, I'm sorry, student tickets are $5, adult tickets are $8, and the musical made $856. Okay, this is one for standard form because it's super easy if you think about it like this. So if we call student tickets X and adult tickets Y, I'm going to say 5X plus 8Y is equal to 856. So easy peasy, we just kind of like read through. And then I need to make sure is student X or Y. So if I'll look back up here, students are X. So I'm going to plug that in for X. And when I do the math there, Y ends up being 42. So I have 42 adult tickets that were that could be purchased. Okay, that is it for today.